Today did more flower sweep. So flower and pendulum sweep are the exact same thing, it turns out. Or yeah, same name for the same. It's a different name for the same thing. So we did that. So we did it a few different variants. One basic one had learned some more details. So we did a cross. So if we're sweeping to the left side, we did a cross sleeve grip with the right hand. Left hand grabs the lapel, left hand pulls in, so your elbows at your knee. You might have to crunch your abs a little bit. Right hand goes to the right side to the opponent's left knee. So this is where the details come in. So you want to, on your left foot, you want to pull with your back heel. So you're clamping his back with your back, the back of your heel, with your heel of your left foot. And you're kicking your right leg straight toward you. So your right leg is straight and you're pulling it toward you. The idea is to get his butt off of his heels. The idea is to get his butt off of his heels. Yeah. So once his head is sort of like over your head, or once his weight is forward. So you want his weight on top of you, but you don't want it low. You want it actually like arcing over you, kind of like the overhead pull in De La Riva. Yeah, so you're not pulling down, you're pulling up and across, like an arc over you is the path you want his weight to go. So once it's over you, then your left leg comes out, and you want it kind of perpendicular to you, or not even perpendicular. You want it out and away from you to your left side. So it's like near your shoulder, and straight. Then you pull the left leg down and around, so it's like skimming along the floor, and then that's like the only time you make contact with the opponent's body is your left hamstring hits his right knee at some point. At the same time, your right leg comes to the side. Yeah, so you're initially coming toward and over you, and then you're sweeping to the side. And you kind of want the angle between your legs to remain constant. You want the angle between your legs to remain constant. You want them to remain wide. You don't want them to get narrower. So that's the sweep. And then you punch with your right hand as you're coming up. So the whole thing is not like you just scissor your legs and then you drag his leg over. And another detail is your left leg, you're not sweeping him onto your left leg and then pulling it out and climbing on top of him. So when you bring your left leg out and over, that's where he's gonna fall. So you're kind of bringing your body weight in that direction, and then you sweep it around to clear the space so that he can fall into an empty space. And then he falls. So that's the additional detail. Variance. The lapel grip should prevent him from posting, but he will still you should use that lapel grip to keep him from posting. So that's why it's kind of tight. But he may be able to. He might be able to post his elbow. So in which case, you trap the elbow and you complete the sweep. And in that case, his body weight will probably be a little lower, so it might be a little bit more difficult. Let's see. Might be a little bit more difficult. Okay, so then another variant is once he gets the elbow post, he might be able to then lever the elbow to post his arm. So he could post in that way. Let's see. So then, in that case, you want to shoot the underhook through the post and do what Tim calls a butterfly grip. So when we were doing the Coyote Guard wrestle up, or actually no, it was the John Wayne. When we were doing the John Wayne, we shoot the underhook and we flare our elbow and bring our arm back. So it's the same motion. So we want our palm to the ceiling and we want our knuckles against his back. So that's the shooting arm. That's the left arm in this case. And then, so your left arm hand is out, so which means that your right hand will be in. So that's on the back side, and then your right arm comes across in front of his face and makes an X at the wrist with the other hand. So your right palm is facing you, your left palm is facing out. You're crossed at the wrist, and then you can grip your forearms with your hands. Let's see. You grip your forearms with your hands. Okay, so then once you're in that position, if he's pushing into you, then okay, so you have that grip. Okay, so then you use that grip to sort of throw him and wrestle up to his back. And then if he pushes into you, then you keep the shooting arm, your left arm stays locking the armpit, and your right arm dives under, and you do like a coyote, like a coyote sweep. So that's the third option, is that binary there. And then the fourth option is, what if he doesn't push into you? What if he pushes toward your right? So in that case, you get your left foot gets a butterfly hook, and then your right hand grabs the sleeve, pushes in your pocket, and you do a butterfly sweep to your right. So that was all the combinations there. Definitely helpful. I'm still having a little bit of trouble. I feel like my hips are really stiff. So I have a little bit problem doing it. So I'm having trouble pulling him up and over. And yeah, that's the motion I'm having the most problem with, pulling it up and over. I think it would help if I use my arm a little bit. But definitely one reason is that I'm not getting any resistance. So I think my leg is actually supposed to push into his armpit, and I'm not getting that resistance there. I'm just it's just going up and not meeting any pressure. So that's a little bit of why I'm having a problem. What else? yeah. So that was a pendulum sweep. We did some scissor training there. Wasn't that notable, I don't think. Then I did some rolls downstairs. Oh, one thing I know is I rolled with Sean is when you sweep him, he extends his legs and catches you. So like he's in butterfly already after he has swept. So he's not in mount, bottom mount. He has like his legs up and he has hooks on you by the time the sweep is finished. So you're already in like a balloon sweep practically when you finish the sweep. So that was pretty interesting. Gabe, I tried to get him into lasso, so I wanted to practice it. I was in like a half guard and then I shot my leg through. He immediately squashed it down. So I think when you get lasso, you need to push it outside. You need to try to rotate outside. But I'm not sure if that was necessary because when Jason showed us the inside lasso on the inside of the knees, but maybe that's when they're kneeling, he was still standing. Yeah, he was still standing. So I'm not sure about, so maybe going between the knees only works when he's kneeling. Let's see. So Jason said when you try to get the lasso and he's blocking with his elbow, that's when you go in. Or when he pulls back. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Also, my right hand, I'm not sure where my right hand was. So maybe my right hand placement was wrong too. Maybe I need to break his posture in order to have my leg in between his knees. That's just impossible.
No, I'll throw in the
So, yeah. Okay. I think that was a Wilson. I rolled with Edward, Gabe, Sean. I think those three. Yeah, it was pretty good.